they're doing away with the paper and pencil test formats and going straight to computers or tablets in order to take the tests. Hey, it's Asia here, and welcome back to The Purpose of Prep, your one-stop shop for everything study skills, college admissions, and SAT prep. And today I'm here to talk about a major change that was announced for the SAT this year. Now, if you remember, back in 2016, College Board announced one of its biggest changes for the SAT that has happened so far. Back in 2016, they announced that they were switching from the 2400 scale on the SAT back to the 1600 scale. And since then, we haven't had many changes until now. This year in 2022, College Board has announced that the SAT is going digital. That's right, they're doing away with the paper and pencil test formats and going straight to computers or tablets in order to take the tests. Now, I know this is a major change, and many parents and students are wondering a lot of things about how the test is going to change. When is it happening? How is it going to change the test itself? Is it going to be longer, shorter? Where can you take the test? All of these questions, and I am here to tell you what you need to know so that you can take the appropriate action for this new change. So let's get straight into the questions. So for the first question, when will this digital change happen? And there's a few dates you're going to want to be aware of. First, starting in fall of 2023, the SAT will be administered digitally in international test centers. And then in spring of 2023, the PSAT will be administered digitally as well. And then the final date you'll want to be aware of is that in spring of 2024, that is when the SAT will be administered digitally, internationally, and also here in the US. The next question you may have is, how will the structure of the test change? Well, there's going to be a very big change in how the test is set up. There are going to be now two modules. The first module being reading and writing, and the second module being math. So these two separate reading and writing sections are now being combined into the reading and writing module, and the two math no calculator and math with calculator sections are being combined into the one math module. So you'll be dealing with two modules now on the SAT. Each individual module will be split up into two sections. So there's two sections in the reading and writing module and two sections in the math module. One of the changes you'll want to be aware of in the reading and writing module is that reading passages will actually be shorter and not as long, and will have one question targeted towards that short passage. And for the math section, what you'll want to be aware of is that the calculator can be used on the entire math module. So there's no longer going to be a no calculator and calculator section. The entire math module, you can use your calculator. Another thing you'll want to be aware of in the structure is that College Board is moving to an adaptive test method. So what that means is in the first section of each module, so for example, let's say the first section of the math module, your answers to those questions will determine what questions you get in the second section. This will make each student's test individually unique. So no student may see the same questions. It's all going to be based off of how you answer the questions in the first section. The next question you may have is, how long will the test be? Due to it being on the computer, meaning proctors will need less explanations for each section, they won't need to pass out booklets, and also with the new adaptive question method, the test is actually going to be shorter, closer to 2 hours instead of 3. The next thing you're probably asking is, what is not going to change? So one of those things that are not going to change is that the SAT is still going to be on the 1600 scale. So nothing is changing there. Another thing you may be concerned about is, can you take the test at home? And that is going to be a big no. That is not changing. You will still need to register for the SAT traditionally, like you always have on College Board's website, and take the test either at school or at a registered test center. So you cannot take the SAT at home. Now, the material of the test will still focus on high school related topics and college readiness. So there'll be no changes in the necessary study material that you're going to be looking at. And of course, accommodations will still be met. As long as you register for them and qualify for them ahead of time, you could still receive accommodations to take the test in a different way. For example, if you still need the paper and pencil method due to some kind of accommodation that you need as a student, then you can still make those changes. The next question you may have is what to do next to prepare for this major change. And what I'm going to tell you is to just focus on the current paper and pencil method. The SAT is not going to see the final digital change until the spring of 2024. So that means we're in 2022, so there's still going to be paper and pencil tests. So for those students who are taking the test soon, I recommend that you continue prepping with your normal methods and don't worry about the change just yet. And when it does come around, the Purpose of Prep will be here to help you navigate this new digital SAT and prepare for it better. Now, if you are preparing for the SAT, I want you to click the link in my bio that's going to lead you to my private 10-week SAT prep program. This program is going to help you get the score that you need for your dream school. So make sure to head there and check that out. And if you want more information on this new change, I have the link to College Board's website that details this entire digital shift and all the questions and frequently asked questions you may have. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button and share this video with anyone you know who is preparing to take the SAT in the next 4 to 5 years, because this change is going to be very important in terms of preparing for the SAT. So you're going to want to share it with all your family and friends who are going to need this information. And I hope you enjoy the channel, and let me know in the comments what you want to see next so that I can make that content for you. And until next time, work hard, study smart, and I'll see you in the next one.